Caste in America is a 5-part audio series produced by WGBH Radio and PRX is the World. Caste represents one of the more ancient, if you will, forms of division, dating more than 3,000 years in what we now know as the subcontinent, India, Pakistan, Sri Lanka to some degree, and Nepal, as a way of determining who did what. You have 4 main castes. You have the priestly caste, you have a warrior caste, you have a business caste, and then you have a peasant caste. Beneath that is another caste, outcast, called the Dalits, untouchables. They are the people who clean sewers. They clean the garbage. They basically clean up after other people. They're considered unpure. When I first heard the term untouchable, I was amazed, even in the context of America's racial history, in its racist dynamics, to hear people referred to as untouchable. That was the basis for caste in America, is seeing how caste could be inherited and imported and brought to the United States. In order to explain caste in the United States, it was absolutely critical for me to explain what caste is in India. Suraj Yende is a Shorenstein Fellow at Harvard University. He also happens to be someone who was formerly known as an untouchable, a Dalit. He has done what almost no Dalit has done, attend Harvard University. I went with Suraj Yende back to his hometown of Nanded to trace his life.
Welcome to Nanded.
What I found in India is a very complex society. Caste is still ever present. So you find Muslims and you find Hindus and Sikhs all in the same town, and you also find Dalits. Walking through these slums, you still find people living in some of the worst conditions.
This is where I grew up. You can see everything is in shambles.
Their education levels are severely low in comparison to other castes. They suffer some of the greatest poverty. Our investigation and series of reports determined that the notion of caste is something that people don't just learn in India, but it's something that they learn and then bring with them to the United States.
Why do you think caste has followed you and others across the Atlantic?
There's a lot of pushback against this discussion. One of the hardest parts of this series was actually finding people of various backgrounds who wanted to talk with us. We actually booked on any number of interviews and had a majority of them canceled. The type of response I heard is, why are you raising something? Why are you talking about something that doesn't exist? I never hear anyone talking about caste. I've never seen any evidence of casteism. America needs to know about caste because it doesn't. And we ourselves are strictly engaged and embedded in a caste system that we seem to be very much unaware of. Suraj Yende has worked to basically set it alongside racism as one of the great isms and one of the great divisions in the United States. There are no constitutional protections in the United States for caste. There's race, there's gender bias, there is discrimination against people who are differently able. But the notion of protections, legal protections for people who face caste discrimination, that's not something that exists in the United States. Until we are willing and able to challenge it, to recognize it, to name it, then it's problematic. Precisely because it's something that is hard for people to understand and to recognize.